Okay, right. Good morning, everyone. What is the last concept? Mm-hmm. J meter, right? Okay. Online students, is it the screen is visible? All the online students can respond in the chat window. All the online students can respond in the chat window. Online students can respond in the chat window. Okay, right. Let's continue on that. So we have been taking care about in completing this particular performance testing. The one we got take care about in working with functional testing and then taking with API testing and then taking with database testing. Along with that, we need to be get take care about, we need to be get take care about in implementing with this particular performance testing. So we need to be get take care about, we need to be get take care about in implementing this particular performance testing here. So as part of performance testing, what exactly the main objective of performance testing? What is it? Page load time. So the main purpose of this particular performance testing, we can say that page load time, which need to be get take care about in considering that how much time it was taking to get load that particular page. So based on number of users, I mean, we need to be get provide different type of users based on different type of users we need to be get come up with in considering that how much time it was taking to get load that particular respective page here. So that it will be taking with page load time. So as part of page load time or considering that as part of performance testing, we need to be get take care about in implementing with two main testings here. The one you will be considering that load testing. The one you will be considering that you will be taking with load testing. And another one which you will be taking with, you will be considering that stress testing. So the one you will be taking with load testing and another one you will be taking with stress testing. We got other testings also, but mainly we need to be get take care about. So mainly we need to be get take care about in implementing with these particular things. Now in that, the one we will be taking with load testing. Meaning of load testing? Increasing with time. So which need to be get considering that increasing with load. That load is nothing but what is it? Number of users. That load is nothing but which you will be considering the number of users here. So that particular to load testing, that particular load testing, we need to be get considering the number of users here. This is what we got a possibility in taking care about having with this particular load testing based on that particular requirement, based on that particular respective requirement, we need to be get take care about in increasing that particular respective load here. I mean, we have to take care about in increasing with number of users and need to be get come up with how much time it was taking to get load that particular respective page. That it will be taking with load testing and similar to that which it will be taking with stress testing. Meaning of stress testing? Increasing time. So we need to be get increasing with the time. The load will be the same thing. The load will be the same thing. We need to be get take care about and increasing with the time and need to be get come up with how much time it was taking to get load that particular page. The one will be taking with stress testing and the one will be taking with load testing. So as simple as load testing in getting increasing that particular respective load considering the number of users. Similar to that stress testing considering that in getting increasing time. So now this is what need to be get take care about in having different type of the testing. For doing these particular testing, we need to be get take care about in following with that particular respective step. That particular step we need to be get taking with J meter. Under J meter, what need to be created? What is it? Test plan, which need to be get creating with test plan. Under test plan, what need to be created? What is it? Thread group, which you will be taking with, thread group. Under thread group, what need to be created? What is it? Sampler. Under thread group, which you will be taking with sampler. Under sampler, what need to be created? What need to be created? Listener. Under this particular sampler, need to be get take care about in creating with listener. So this is what we need to be get followed the respective hierarchy while working the performance testing. The one we are taking with J meter, under that we are taking with test plan, under that we are taking with thread group and then taking with sampler and then considering that listener here. Consider the test plan. Use of the test plan to perform any kind of activities in J meter. If you want to be get perform any kind of activities, whatever it can be, if you want to be get perform any kind of activities in J meter, then you will be taking with test plan. Along with the test plan, we are taking with the thread group. Use of the thread group to create a number of virtual users. For the purpose of creating with n number of virtual users, you will be taking with thread group. Then you will be taking with sampler. Use of the sampler to create different type of request. If you want to be get create different type of the request on server. On server, if you want to be get create different type of request, then you will be taking with sampler. And the last thing we got consider listener. So use of the listener to generate different type of predefined performance reports. To generate different type of predefined performance reports, which you will be taking with listener. So the one we are taking with J meter, under that we are taking with test plan, under that taking with thread group and then taking with sampler and then taking with listener here. Now to implement this particular performance testing, we are taking with different type of option. The one you will be considering that the whole application. The one you will be considering that which you will be taking with the whole application. The one part you will take care about in having with the whole application. Apart from that, we got a possibility in doing for particular page. And after that, which you will be taking care about in having with multiple pages, or which you will be considering the respective flow. I mean, performance testing we can get implemented with the different options here. The one we can go with the whole application, the one we can go with the whole application, or we can implement for particular page, or we can get implemented for multiple pages, or considering the particular flow. Now, considering the whole application, how we can do for whole application, which you will be taking with base URL, which you will be taking with base URL. Doing performance testing, doing performance testing for whole application, you will be taking with base URL. And at the same time, which you will be taking with particular page. How we can do for particular page? What is it? Absolute URL. If you want to be get go with particular page, which you will be taking with absolute URL. And similar to that, we got taking with multiple pages or taking with flow. So how we can do this? What is it? Recording, which you will be taking with recording. So previously, we have been taking care about doing this particular performance testing, considering with the whole application, base URL, and then taking with page, absolute URL. And now we need to be get understood, taking care about multiple pages or considering that particular flow. For that particular flow or for that particular multiple pages, how exactly you can get implemented. For example, assume that you want to be get take care about, you want to be get take care about in doing with the testing for that particular respective flow, opening with the application, doing with the login, and then taking with add employee, and then taking with log out. If you want to be get go with doing with the performance testing for particular flow or multiple pages, how exactly we can get implemented. Further, further, if you want to go with multiple pages, if you want to be get go with multiple pages, that you need to be get take care about using with the option recording. So what exactly mean by recording? How exactly we can get implemented? Make a note of the steps of that. Take with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Write with the new heading mentioning the JMeter recording. Write with the new heading mentioning the JMeter recording. Online students also. Online students also. Write with the new heading considering the JMeter recording. JMeter recording. Okay. Make a note of the steps. For that, make a note of the steps. Take with the first step. Open Google page. Open Google page. Open Google page. First step is open Google page. Take with the next step. Install BlazeMeter. Install BlazeMeter for browser. Install blaze meter. Install blaze meter for browser. Install blaze meter for browser. Install blaze meter for browser. Take with the next step. Perform sign up activity. Perform sign up activity for blaze meter. Perform sign up activity. Perform sign up activity for blaze meter. For blaze meter. Take with the next step. Take with the next step. Login into blaze meter. Login into blaze meter. Login into blaze meter. Login into blaze meter. Okay. Take with the next step. Click on record button. Click on record button. Click on record button. Take with the next step. Perform all the steps. Perform all the steps related to performance testing. Related to performance testing. Perform all the steps related to performance testing. Related to performance testing. Okay. Take with the next step. Click on stop recording. Click on stop recording. Click on stop recording. Take with the next step. Perform save as. Perform save as. Perform save as by providing .jmx extension. By providing .jmx extension. By providing .jmx extension. By providing .jmx extension. .jmx extension. Take the next step. Take the next step. Provide provide .jmx file, provide .jmx file in JMeter, in JMeter bin folder. Provide .jmx file in JMeter bin folder. In bin folder. In bin folder. In bin folder. Okay, right. Take the next step. Take the next step. Provide, sorry, wait. What is the previous step? Provide not .jmx file in JMeter bin folder. Okay. Take the next step. Access .jmx file. Access .jmx file. Access .jmx file in JMeter. In JMeter. Access .jmx file in JMeter. In JMeter. Take the next step. Take the next step. Provide thread group. Provide thread group. Provide thread group. Take the next step. Provide listeners. Provide listeners. Provide listeners. Take the last step. Take the last step. Run the program. Run the program. Run the program or thread group. Run the program or thread group. Okay. Right. So see the concept to be done. The one we have to take care about doing with the performance testing for whole application. The whole application, very straightforward. You will be taking with base URL and then taking with particular page that you will be taking with absolute URL. Now you will be taking with multiple pages or considering that particular flow. That particular one you need to be take care about doing that particular respective recording option. You need to be take care about. You need to be take care about doing that particular respective recording option here. So need to be take care about working with these particular things. Previously, we got the steps of base URL and then we got the steps of absolute URL. Similar to that, we need to be take care about doing with recording. I mean, what exactly the particular flow or multiple pages you want to be tested. First, you are taking care about in doing recording of that step. What exactly the flow you want to be tested, you are taking care about doing recording of that particular step. Once you've done Once you've done recording for that particular file, you are adding the thread group and then doing that particular performance testing. So how exactly we have to take care about, how exactly we need to take care about doing all these particular steps. So for that, what is the first step written? What is the first step written? Need to get open Google page. Okay. After that, which need to get installed? What need to get installed? What need to get installed? Taking with blaze meter. You need to get take care about. You need to get take care about in installing. You have to get take care about in installing this particular blaze meter for Chrome. So your J meter is totally different. Blaze meter is totally different. Nowhere of connectivity. Your J meter is totally different, and then blaze meter is totally different. Nowhere of connectivity. As part of the requirement, as part of the requirement, we are taking care about utilizing this particular step that you are taking blaze meter. Once it is got installed, once it is got installed, you need to get take care about in performing that particular recording activity. Further, further, you need to make sure that completing with sign up activity. So before working with this particular J meter, blaze meter, before working with the blaze meter, it's mandatory that you need to get complete the sign up activity on this. Then only you will be able to have in further step. If you are not completing the sign up, not doing with the login, we cannot proceed further steps here. Because of that, make sure that completing with sign up activity and then need to get take care about doing with login. Once you have been complete with the sign up activity, you need to get take care about in doing with login here. So need to get take care about in doing with login for this particular one. For doing with the login, we need to get done with sign up activity. Once you done with sign up activity, you have to make sure that doing with the login. So you got take care about using this particular one. You are taking care about using this particular blaze meter and then doing this particular recorded activity. Okay. So now you can see here, considering that we got done with sign up activity and we got done with login activity. What is the next step? Once you're done with the login, what is the next step? You need to take care about click on record button. Now, according to your performance testing, what are all the steps you want to get recorded? What are all the steps you want to get recorded? You need to get take care about in doing recording of that step. Now we can see how we can do it. I'm taking with the tool. I'm taking that particular plugin, blaze meter. You need to get provide some particular name according to your comfortable. You can provide any of the name, whatever the name you want to provide, you can provide it. Then you got an option. What is option you got? What is option we got? Start recording. You got an option of start recording. Just click on that. Once you click on that start recording, you can take care about in performing all that particular required step. You can take care about in performing all that particular required step. As part of performance testing, as part of performance testing, what are all the steps you want to be get recorded? You need to be get take care about performing all the step. I can see here. So which I'm taking care about launching with the browser, entering with the URL, and then taking care about entering with the username, entering the password, doing with login. All that particular steps is getting recorded. Not working, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. So that password, I'll do that. I'll reset on that. Okay. Okay. So I'm just taking with it again. I'm just taking with the further step. So which need to be get take care about in clicking on start recording. Once you got take with start recording, you need to be get take care about in entering that. You need to be get enter that particular username. Need to be get enter username. After that, need to be get enter that particular password and then taking with login. Once you have been done with the login, you will be taking with logout. Once you're done with the logout, you will be taking with closing with that particular browser. So you need to be get take care about in recording all that particular respective step. And after that, you have to take care about in clicking on stop recording. You have been taking care about and clicking on stop recording. I mean, as part of the performance testing, as part of the performance testing, when you want to go with multiple pages, we cannot go with directly with the tool. What are all the things you want to be tested? First, you are recording all that particular steps. Once you record all that particular step, for that, you are implementing the required performance testing. Now we can see here. So we're done with considering that start recording, recording all the required steps, and which we have been done with stop. What is the next step you did? After stopping the recording, perform, save as by providing .jmx extension. That particular file, you have to go with the save. Now we can see having the save option, that particular save. What is the extension? What is the extension? .jmx. You need to be go with the extension that you will be taking with .jmx. Okay. So which need to be get taking with that particular JMX, you need to be get taking with the extension considering dot JMX and then taking with save, which need to be get performing that particular save activity. It will be doing save. I mean, what are all the steps we got recorded? What are all the steps we got recorded? It has been recording all the step in one particular file. So that particular file we got taking with .jmx extension. We got taking with that particular .jmx extension. Now we can see the file. What is the extension we got? What is the extension we got? Which you will be taking with .jmx, which you will be taking with .jmx. Now this file, what is the next step written? Provide .jmx file in JMeter. What is it? Bin folder. We need to be get provide. We need to be get provide this particular file. We need to be get provide this particular file in taking with JMeter. Taking with JMeter. What is the folder we got? Taking with bin folder. So we need to be get provide. We need to be get provide in this particular file. So we need to be get provide in this particular folder. So which we got provided in that particular folder. Done. What is the next step? Access that .jmx file in JMeter. So you need to be get access that particular .jmx file in JMeter. So the one you provided in the bin folder, the one you provided in the bin folder need to be get taking care of it. So that is which you will be taking with 28. Okay. So which you will be taking with the file 028 batch dot JMX. So need to be get taking with that particular respective folder. I mean that particular respective file we need to be get consider that you will be taking with open. So we need to be get access. We need to be get access that particular respective .jmx file in JMeter. I mean in the JMeter directly we are not working with multiple pages or particular flow. What exactly you required that multiple pages or taking with the particular flow, you are recording all that particular step. Once you record all that particular step, then you are accessing that particular file in JMeter. So this is how it will be taking care about all the required information related to that particular recording. It will take care about all that particular one. Now related to that, we need to be get provide thread group as part of your requirement. As part of your requirement, you can go with considering with thread group, which I'm taking with 5. So whatever the thread group you want to provide, you can get provided. Meaning of the thread group? Meaning of thread group? Number of virtual users. The meaning of thread group, we need to be get considering the number of virtual users. You need to be get provide thread group. Once we done with the thread group, what is the next step need to be done? What is the next step? You need to go with listener. We are not taking with the sampler because in a place of sampler, you are already done with the recording. You're calling that particular file. Because of that, again, not required to go with the sampler directly. You are taking with listener. So need to be get take care about. You need to be get take care about in having with listener. So that you will be considering that taking with at considering that listener taking with view results tree, and after that which you will be taking with summary report, and after that which you will be taking with considering that mentioning about table. So not like mandatory of these three things, not like mandatory of these three things here, but in general will prefer to go with these particular results, will prefer to go with these particular results here, so that we got provided and need to be take care about, need to be take care about doing that particular respective execution. So now we can see here we done with all the recording, we done with all the recording and we got created that particular thread group need to be go with execution. But before taking with the execution, you have to take care about save activity. You need to be get take care about in doing that particular respective save activity. Okay. So now you can run with that particular result. So just taking with the run, it will be giving that particular respective results, which it is giving in a fail. You can see that it will be trying with each and every particular user of all that particular step. The one you are taking with login.php. Another one you got. What is this page you got? Index.php. It was taking two multiple pages as part of the recording. As part of the recording, that is what we got the step. Now we can see what is this page you got? Login.php, which you will be taking with, login.php. This is one particular page. After that, once you have been done with the login, now you can see that what is this particular page you got? What is the page he got? Which you will be taking with index.php. So that he got considering that having that particular respective step. Okay. So this is what we got taking with multiple pages, taking with the report and then taking with that particular respective label here. So having with the login and then taking with index. So that is what which you will be taking care about having with and doing with the performance testing with the help of recording. This is how we need to be get take care about in implementing with different step while working performance testing performance testing we can take care about in doing for whole application and then doing for particular page and then doing for this multiple pages or considering that particular flow. The whole application, how we are doing with the help of base URL, particular page, absolute URL, multiple pages, taking with recording. So this is how exactly we can go with in implementing the respective performance testing, doing with different type of settings here. And apart from that, we can perform lot of activities in doing with the performance testing. Just in that particular tool, you can take care about in referring with or doing each and every particular setting, and then you can look into that how exactly you can go with that particular performance testing. So still, if required, having all these particular things, we have a possibility in getting providing loops. So while doing this particular performance testing also, we can take care about doing with the loops, or still we can take care about in doing with condition. I mean, we can come up with in doing different type of the testing. So just you have to take care about how exactly you can do the respective setting. In case if you want to be get implement with the loop, how exactly we can implement it. So if you want to be get implement the loop, how exactly you can get implemented. Let's see that how we can do that. Meaning of the loop, if we take with the loop, meaning of the loop, repeated activity. So according to our requirement, we got a possibility in having with the respective loops and then taking with conditions. So let's look into that, how exactly we can go with that particular loop activity. Let's see that. Right. Now, if we want to begin implement this particular respective loops, how exactly we can get implemented. So just need to begin go with in performing the required steps only. Let's see that how exactly we can perform that particular step. Further followed with all the same concept only, which I will be creating with test plan, which I will be creating with that particular test plan, taking with loop activity. Just an example. So first we got test plan. Under test plan, what need to be created? What need to be created? Thread group. Under the test plan, we need to begin take care about in creating with that particular respective thread group. Here also we got an option. What is option? What is option? Loop count. Already we got an option of the loop count. Why again we have to implement the loop? This particular loop count, this particular loop count will be applied for the whole request. Next, we have to create sampler. This particular loop count will be applying for whole sampler. But in case you want to get go with the loop of particular page or particular sampler, how we can do it? Let's see that. So we got test plan and we got thread group. After that, what is the next step? What is the next step? Which you will be taking with sampler. So the next step, you need to be taking care about sampler that you will be taking with HTTP request. Okay. So now this particular one, I'm taking with the loop, which is the page considering the login. For easy understanding, I'm just providing the respective URL. I'm just providing the respective URL. So this is right. So we got taking with get method, taking with the request. Now this particular one, it will be taking with one particular sampler related to login. Okay. At the same time, I'm creating with one more sampler. I'm just creating with one more sampler. This is which I will be considering the loop activity that I will be taking with index. That I will be taking with index. Need to be get provided. Need to be get provided that particular respective page. Need to be get provided that particular respective page that we will be taking with index. Okay. So that is what we are taking care about and creating two samplers, which I got create two samplers. One is login, another one index. Okay. So we got taking with test plan, we got the thread group, and we got taking with sampler. After that, what is it? Listener, which need to be get creating with listener here. that you will be taking with viewed results v. Okay. So which I will be taking with listener, which I will be taking with, which need to be get mentioning about tree structure, and then taking with summary report, and then which you will be taking with, that you will be taking with view results in table. So it's not like mandatory that, it's not like mandatory that taking with only these three reports. Most of the time, most of the time will prefer, most of the time will prefer to go with these three particular results here, that we are taking with tree structure, summary report, and then taking with view results in table. Now for now, let's understand. For example, I'm giving with loop count is 2. Here we got in a loop count. Let's understand. This particular loop count, now how many samplers we created? 2 samplers we created. As I have been given with the loop count is 2, this loop count 2 applied for both the samplers. Applied for both the samplers. Let me execute and see the understanding. So before execution, you have to go with save activity, that you will be taking with, that you will be taking with considering the batch 28. Okay. So now let me run this, see the results, how it has been done, which I'm taking with that particular login index, which I'm taking with login index. This is the first time. This is the second time. We given the loop count. What is the loop count given? 2. So because of that, both the things, login and index, both the things executed for 2 times here, which has been executed for 2 times here. And that is what I will be taking with. For example, which I will be taking with mentioning about this particular one. I'm giving the loop count is 3. Okay. Let me clear the results. Let me clear the results. If I'm taking with the run activity, you will be getting for 3 times here, which I got an A 3 times. This is the first time, second time, and then taking with third time. That means both the pages has been executing for 3 times. I mean, for both the pages, for both the samplers, this loop count has been implemented. Now, our requirement. Now, our requirement is, if we get look into the requirement, login, I want to execute for multiple times. Login, I want to execute. This page, I want to execute for multiple times. Index, I want to execute for only one time here. See the understanding. See the understanding. Login need to be get executed. Login need to be get executed for multiple times, or else index need to be get executed for multiple times, and then login need to be get executed only for one particular time. As simple, according to the requirement for particular sampler. For particular sampler, if you want to be get right with or implement with loop, we can take care about in implementing with loop. So that is what we will be taking with one concept in this particular JMeter, that we will be considering that loop controller. Considering that loop controller. So while walking or the main heading, you can consider like controllers. Main heading, you can understand like controllers. Under that, which you will be taking with the loop. In general, what are the loops we got? Consider the loops. What are the loops we got? While loop, do while, for loop, for each. Similar to that, we can take care about these particular controllers here that we will be taking with the loop, and if required, we can go with while loop. If required, we can go with the conditions according to that particular program requirement. We have a possibility in implementing all the respective loops and conditions. Let's see here. Further, we done with all the steps. We got test plan, we got thread group, and then taking with considering that sampler, and then taking with listener. So now the only pending, what need to be created? Loop need to be created. Now I want to execute this index for multiple times. I'm taking right click, add. So which you will be taking with right click, add. Now we can see here. You will be taking with that particular option. Oh. Now we can see here which you will be taking with, previously we done with the sampler, different type of request. Now what is another one? What is it? Logic controller. So we'll be having all the respective option. You can see all the respective option. If controller, loop controller, while controller, different type of options will be there. When you're doing with the programming, how you done with the programming. In a similar way, while working with the tool also, you need to be get come up with in performing that particular required settings here. For now, I'm taking with the controller. Which controller we are using? Which controller we are using? Which we will be taking with loop controller. So for now, we are taking with the help of utilizing with loop controller. Let's click on that. So then it will be asking about the name. You can just provide that particular name. Now see the loop count. The loop count, what is option? Infinity. So we have an option of infinity. If required, we can go with that option. Otherwise, just I'm taking with that particular loop count. So what is the loop count we provided? Taking with 2. So that particular loop count we got provided for 2. Now we can see this particular loop count I'm just providing. This particular loop count I'm just providing index. Now we can see here login. Let's go with the thread group. I'm just giving everything as a 1 here. Now login need to be get executed for 1 time. Now this particular index need to be executed for. So this is the loop. How many given? 2. Now we can see here. Login only 1 time, but index we given with the loop. As we given with the 2, it's need to be get executed for 2 times here. Let's see that how it will be working. We can see that. Only 1 time, huh? Okay. I'm just taking into the loop. Okay. Now we can see. Now login, how many times it is executed? Login, how many times it is executed? 1 time. That index, how many times it is executed? 2 times here. Now we can see I'm taking that particular loop controller. This I'm taking with 5. This I'm taking with 5. Now we can see here. If I'm executing it, now login, how many times? Only 1 time. So for the login, I have not given any loop here. And then taking with this particular index, I given the loop controller. What is the loop I have been given? Which will be taking with 5. So this have been given with 5. Now we can see here. If I'm just taking with the run, if I'm just taking the run, login how many times executed? Only one time. That index how many times it is executed? Taking with 5 times. So this is how we have a possibility in implementing with all that particular respective loops also. So just you guys need to be get take care about in doing all that particular respective settings need to be done, and you have to look into that in exposing all the required options while taking with this particular tool here. So just you need to go with thread group and then taking with, so the logic controller, taking if condition and then loop according to that particular program requirement. What are all the things you want to be get implemented? We have a possibility in implementing with all the required things. This is how you need to be get take care about. This is how you need to be get take care about in doing with this particular respective functionality testing, considering that doing with the testing of application layer. If you want to be test with application layer, you are taking with functionality testing, and then you got business layer or logic layer for doing with the testing of that what we have been implemented. API testing. If you want to be test with business layer or logic layer, that you will be taking with API testing. Then you will be taking with database layer. For testing with database layer, which you will be taking with database testing. Combine of all these particular thing, which you will be taking with performance testing, that you will be taking with JMeter. So that is what we need to be get take care about the whole our training concepts, considering that functional testing, non-functional testing, which is related to manual testing, and then taking with automation testing. So this is what we need to be get take care about all the technical concepts which have been mentioned in the starting days. We mentioned that these are all the concepts we are going to discuss. That is what we have been done. And the last thing what you can have is, so till now you have been done with all the concepts, manual testing you done, automation testing you done, and all the things here. So now in case of real time, when you're working in the real time with the respective of automation testing, if you want to be get implement in a very easy way, how we can implement this automation testing in a very easy way. Let's see that how we can do that. Manual easy, automation easy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Automation is easy. Manual easy. Uh-huh. Automation easy. Manual difficult. Huh? Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Ah. So let's look into that. Which one is very more easy, manual or taking with the automation? Now assume that your requirement is you want to write with the Selenium program. So that is what you are doing last from 1 month or 1.5 month, whatever it can be. In case of real time, if you want to write in a Selenium program in a very easiest way, how we can do that? Let's see here. Use the tool. You are already got the tool. What is the tool you got? Blaze meter. Open the tool and then use option. What is option? Start recording. Click on that. And then you can go with in recording all the steps. What are all the steps you want to be get automate? What are all the steps you want to be get automate? You can just go with in recording all that particular step. What are all the steps you want to be get record? You can go with in recording all that particular step. Doing with, I'm just taking care about doing with all that particular step. And after that, closing with browser. Just according to your test case requirement, what are all the steps you want to automate, you done with the recording and then taking with stop, which you will be taking with stop recording. Okay, done. Now, what you can do is use the option. What is option? Save. Click on that. Got the Selenium option here? Okay, just click on that. When you take with the Selenium, what are all the combinations we done with? So we written the Selenium program by taking the Java syntax. We done with Selenium WebDriver with the Java syntax and the test engine. That is what we done. That is what we done. Any other thing? Okay. Now here, see that option. Got the option here? Selenium, that is Java syntax, WebDriver and test engine. Just click on that. Just click on that. Just select that option here. Now we can take it. What is option? Save. Just click on the save. That file will be saved here. Okay. Now go to that file where it has been saved. This particular file, you can open in Notepad or Eclipse, whatever it can be. Then you will be able to see having all your Selenium code here. Got all the Selenium code? Uh-huh. This is what you are trying for last from 2 months. Uh-huh. What are all the steps you done with recording? Everything it will be taking with all the code it will provide, including with the annotation, taking editors, taking the method, that quit method, and then taking with launching with the browser, performing all the steps here. So all the code as it is, it will provide it. You guys just need to be go with in doing the required modifications. So that is how you can work in the real time here. Now automation easy, manual easy. Automation easy. Uh-huh. Okay. This is you done with the combination of Selenium with Java here. Now assume that your team lead will be asking that. So if your team lead will say that no team members, I doesn't record this Java. I record you guys need to be work with Selenium with Python. Assume that your team lead has been saying that you guys need to be go with automation with Selenium with Python. Then for the team lead, you can say that team lead you require Selenium with Python. Okay, just 2 minutes. Then go with the same steps here. Do with all the recording here. Once you're done with all the recording, you can go with this particular save option and then taking with Selenium. What we required? Selenium with Python. Okay. Now we can see here. See the option. Selenium with Python. Having the option here. Taking with Selenium and then Python unit test. In a place of test ng, you will get unit test. Select on that. Now use the option. What is the option? Save. Click on save. Okay. So that file will be downloaded. You can go to that particular file. Java is .java. This Python is .py. Just you can open the code. Just you can open the code. You will get all the syntax of Python here. Selenium concept will be the same. Just in a place of Java, you will be getting with Python syntax here. So that is what again you will be getting all the code here. So that it got taking with Selenium with Python also. In case of team lead asking, no, I doesn't require Python. Required Ruby. Assume that test lead is asking Ruby. What we can mention? Test lead you required Ruby, only 2 minutes here. Again, what you will do? So we'll go with that particular blaze meter, record all the steps here. Once you record all the steps, then taking with the option is save. What is the option? Selenium. Which option we required? Ruby. Okay. Ruby we required. Selenium with Ruby. Just click on that. Selenium with Ruby. And then taking with save. Once you're done with the save, that you will be getting the required option here. So we got .java, .py, .rb taking with the Ruby that you will be taking with opening that code which it will be getting opened in Ruby here. So just Selenium will be the same. In a place of Java syntax, you will be taking with Ruby code. So that is what you will be taking with all the concepts here. So this is how in a market, in a market, there are n number of recording tools are available. Just in Google, if you type like Selenium recording tools, you will be getting lot of Selenium recording tools you will get. So that you will be taking with recording and we can make all the required modification. So that is what I'm saying from the day one. Never worried about you can survive in the real time or not. In the real time, we have a lot of shortcuts are there to get survive it. So that you doesn't worried about on it. Always you have to take care about how you can clear with the interview. That is what you need to be get look into that. So that is what you have to take care of it. So just take care about all those particular things. So nothing to worried about. Either you can survive or you can sustain in the real time or not. This is how we have in a lot of options will be there. Don't worry about all those things. Just take care about how exactly you need to be get clear with the interview. So that will be looking into that. We'll take care about and discussing about the whole interview questions here. So that whole interview questions I'll be taking with tomorrow. Our whole tomorrow session, I'll go with the interview questions related to manual testing, automation testing, core Java, what kind of interview questions we can expect. Then I'll be taking with that Wednesday, we'll go with the whole details related to your resume activities. We'll be discussing about all the resume activities here. So by that, by Wednesday, uh, your close browser and close application. Finally, close training will be done here. Okay. So by Wednesday, I'll be closing with the training program here. So that is what we'll be doing it. So I'll provide all the required information. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you will get all the required information. And apart from that, I got the details like still most of the people not registered with the NASCAM. Even the basic registration is not done. Even online students also. Only 50% of the students has been done. Please do make the registration. We got enabled of again. The one who did not done with the basic registration, complete all the basic registration. Because until unless you guys not completed all the registrations, we cannot go with the final exam. So please make sure that by today, by today, so by today afternoon, make sure that everyone completing with registration. The one who are already done registration, okay. But the one who did not done the registration, please make sure that you done registration. Okay. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we'll continue. The whole tomorrow session I'll go with interview questions and day after tomorrow, we'll be taking with resume session here. Okay. Please take care about all the things. Please complete NASCAM registration. Okay. Carry on. Thank you.